Hi folks, this video we're going to do a bit of an experiment with these Fishman Fluence Open Core pickups. These pickups are in my Charvel Pro Mod SoCal Style 2 guitar here. I've done loads of videos about this guitar on my channel, so I'll put some links in the description if you're interested in learning more about this instrument. There's a full demo and review and various other things. But yeah, one of the main selling points is the pickups. They're active pickups. They give you 3 separate voices, so you can have single coil voice, you can have a vintage PAF sound, or you can have a modern kind of humbucker sound. And it's great. They're super versatile, really like them. But there's one feature which I have not used yet, which intrigues me, and it's called the high frequency tilt. So in the manual it says high frequency tilt. This feature is for players who prefer a darker top end, similar to the effect of using passive pickups loaded by a long instrument cable. And it says to activate, connect the HFT contacts pad, which is a little metal pad on the underside of the pickups, to the ground pad, which is next to it. So the most obvious way to do that, of course, is to solder between them. I'm not going to do that, partly because I'm rubbish with the soldering iron, and partly because I don't necessarily want it to be that permanent. But I'm going to follow the advice of a YouTube comment I had recently on one of my other videos. This commenter has this guitar and had used copper tape to connect the 2 pads and was really pleased with the results. So if you're out there, thank you for that advice. I'm going to follow it today and I'm going to do a comparison. So before I do this, I'm going to record some solos over a backing track using all the various different voices of the pickups, and then once I've done it I'm going to record some more solos, and then we can directly compare them with exactly the same settings, of course, through amp and pedal and etc. So it should be quite an interesting thing to compare and see if I prefer one or the other. So here we go. Alright, so here comes the comparison. Now, just to be clear, what I've done is I've recorded a few short solos over a backing track using each voice of the pickup, so 3 different voices for each pickup, and I've done it before the HFT and after the HFT. It's all labelled up on the screen as it comes, so you can see the direct comparison. Kept the volume and the tone control up full for everything, and then I've got a bit of variety in there. I wanted to see if there was much difference between clean and distorted tones, so some of the clips are more crunchy overdrive sounds, some of them are more clean sounds, but I've always kept it the same between the before and after shots. So here we go, let's see what the difference sounds like. Right, so I think everyone would probably agree it's a subtle change. It's not like transformed the sound of the pickups into something entirely different, which is a good thing, of course. We didn't want that. It certainly darkens the tone slightly, I think, in most cases. I guess basically it's a low-pass filter, so you could pretty much do this with a pedal or changing the amp settings, but it's cool that it has this option. And I guess the feel is slightly different. It's a bit more like a passive traditional pickup. More noticeable probably on certain voices, I thought, especially the neck vintage PAF. Let's listen to that solo. Here is before. Quite bright, and then after. Very smooth, more mellow. So that's cool. And then also I thought the bridge single coil before, it had that brightness of a kind of a tele twang, you know, that we would associate with the Telecaster. And then after it was a good bit kind of more mellow and smooth. So that it probably depends what you're after from this guitar as to whether you would want that before. So yeah, it's not like one is better than the other really, is it? It depends what you're after from the pickups. But it's certainly been an interesting comparison, and I'm going to leave the pad on for now and just sort of see how I get on with it. Hope you found that interesting, and if you don't subscribe already, maybe consider hitting the button. I'm doing all sorts of jams every week and arrangements and lessons and gear reviews, that sort of stuff. So if you like what you see, then check out a few of my other videos, that'd be cool. And that's all for now. See you next time.